Hi, I'm Chandra, and this is episode 3 of my tips. But today I'm going to show you a recipe on how to make bread, and this is Bengali bread. You all have eaten this bread before. It was quite popular before when they used to make this bread those days, but you don't see them nowadays. But I'll show you how you can make your own bread, Bengali bread. So what you need is 125 ml of water, 125 ml of warm water, 1.5 teaspoon yeast. You can get this yeast in these packets, Mauripan yeast. You add it into this water and 1 teaspoon of fine sugar. Mix it and leave it for 10 minutes. Now we are back to mix the dough. You have to take 350 grams or 2.5 cups of plain flour, all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of level the teaspoon of salt, fine salt, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Now you can see that the yeast and the sugar and water mixture has risen up. It's frothing already, ready to be mixed. So what we do is we add this into the flour, sugar and salt, and we mix it. Mix together, slowly adding this yeast and water into the flour. And you keep mixing it. Add some water into the yeast solution and add in again to mix. Following this, you can add more water until the dough becomes soft and easy to manage, until all the water soaks up into the dough and becomes manageable to knead with your hands. And use your hands to knead the flour. Keep kneading this for about 5 minutes. If you find the dough sticky, then you can add in a bit of flour to make it soft. It depends on your amount of water you use. If you've used slightly more, it doesn't matter. You can add in a bit more flour to plain flour into the mixture and keep kneading it until it doesn't stick to your hands. So you keep kneading it for about 5 minutes. Okay, you can take out the dough from the bowl and put it onto a board and start kneading it for 5 minutes. Knead for a while. It is sticky. You can keep on adding flour. If you still find it is sticky, you can add a little bit of flour like this and then start kneading it until it doesn't stick to your hands. It becomes easy to knead. Keep kneading this for 5 minutes. After kneading for about 5 minutes, you spread it out like this. Spread out the flour like this. Then add planta margarine, 4 tablespoons. One, 4 tablespoons of planta margarine. Bowl. This is to keep the flour for resting until it rises double its size. So you knead in the planta and the dough and mix it, doing it until the flour and the planta gets mixed up. Add a bit of dough to make it easier to knead. If you think it is bit of flour, bit of try to make it manageable. Add the planta, so it's a bit oily, so the flour will be a bit wet. So what you have to do is keep adding a bit more flour, plain flour, to make it easier to manage. Flour is easier to manage. Earlier it was a bit oily, which was odd. You can keep adding until you find it is easier to handle without sticking to your fingers. Now it's getting better. In this, for the first time, you might find a bit of difficulty, but as you keep on doing it, you will get used to it. Don't add too much, just add a sprinkle each time you find it difficult to knead. Then you can find it getting better. Because we don't want to have too much of flour, then it will become too dry. Should be like this. Done with the planta. I think is I haven't tried with other oils, but planta is no harm, but dough has come to a point where it doesn't stick to your finger. It is very manageable. That's what we want. Shape it into a ball like this. The bowl. And use shrink wrap, plastic wrapping, and cover it. For the bowl like this. If you want, you can cover with a cloth or just leave it like this until it doubles in size. It will double in size after about 1 or 1.5 hours. You can see it has doubled in size, then we will go on to the next stage. See, the dough has risen, so it's perfect now for us to move on to the next stage. You have to get a baking tray for bread baking. Apply some oil or margarine onto the or anything at the bottom, because when you bake the bread it will not stick to the bottom or stick to the sides. You can take it out easily. So once you have greased the baking tray, leave it here and remove the plastic of the dough that has risen. You can see that it is very soft, very soft. Put it onto the tray and you can see it just got bubbles. Just punch the bubbles out. You just have to punch out the bubbles, flatten it like this to a shape more or less to the width of the or the length of the baking tray. All the bubbles. Fold it like this twice, 3 times to this size. And place it into the tray. Place it into the tray like this. Slowly spread it out with your fingers to make sure that it fills up the tray. Otherwise the loaf will be to have evenly risen bread. Evenly. It is very neat. Leveled on all sides. The shape of the loaf neatly done. This, take a cloth and cover it and leave it to rise double its size again. This is the final stage. After this you are going to bake your bread, and what you have to do is set your oven to 200 degrees centigrade for 40 minutes. But preheat the oven first before you put your bread in. But we will wait for the bread to rise again, then we will put into the oven. To see what has happened to our dough, the one that we have put into the baking tray. So this is what you get after putting into the baking tray. Well shaped sized bread that has well risen up. What you have to do now is take some milk, add some sugar in it, mix it up nicely and brush it over the loaf like this. Why we do this is to get the bread will give the crust of the bread on top will be brown and golden in color. So that's why we apply this solution of this mixture of milk and this. It will keep rising until it gets baked. And put it into the oven. The oven to 40 minutes, 200 degrees centigrade. And place it inside. The bread is now ready. Now the bread is ready after being baked for 40 minutes.